race to grab a slice of the burgeoning millennial market is heating up, and Kawasaki enters the fray with its sizzling hot, retro-style Z900RS. Built as a tribute of sorts to the legendary Z1 superbike, the new for 2018 RS packs a punch that does its predecessor justice with 111 horsepower ready to go with the twist of the mechanical throttle control. Suspension components are thoroughly modern as well, and at a glance, it seems Kawasaki has nailed the balance between nostalgia and nouveau with this ride. Modern performance and classic design are a common marriage nowadays, and Kawasaki is entering this market against some well-established competition, so its success is far from ensured. Today I'm going to take a look at this retro-tastic Z900 variant to see if it really holds up the family name and is a viable competitor in the new millennial hipster market. A straight WJM, that's the best way to describe it. The fly lines are defined by the fuel tank that sports a distinctly classic teardrop shape. It has a slightly fuller profile with a curved drop-off behind the fuel cap, but otherwise the tank is very similar to the original. It's even flanged, something I would usually consider a detriment, but it plays right into the retro vibe quite nicely. The front fender is much smaller than the original, and of course, the inverted front forks are far different in both look and function from what was available back in 1973, so all of the retro power in the front end comes from the round headlight housing. Don't be deceived, they can hold super bright LED emitters that pierce the night, and are quite visible even in sunlight. Chrome trim rings finish the headlight can and the twin round analog instruments, but the bodies join the fork stanchions. Triple clamps and mirrors for a healthy dose of blackout treatment right up front. The achromatic skim continues onto the frame, engine, swing arm and sundry items around the machine for a connection to the custom culture of the then and now, even though the original was more about the bling. I gotta say I like that, especially since the radiator blends in nicely against the dark backdrop for less of a visual impact. And that's important since the design is trying to emulate a model that was originally powered by an air-cooled engine. At 31.5 inches tall, the bench seat is low enough to be flat-footed, or at least tiptoed, by all but the shortest riders. Foot peg position falls into the jockey slot, but the pullback in the bars give the pilot the option of sitting upright in a relaxed riding position or leaning forward to spread out that front contact patch and employ some body English in the twisties. Ordinarily, I'd gig the builder for the mudguard style rear fender that hangs down below what is actually a nicely shaped tail, but the plate holder turn signal combo hasn't overall shaped much like the original. Yeah, there it is again. But I challenge you to look at it as E1 next to the Z900RS, cause then you'll see that I'm actually downplaying the similarities just a skosh. Seriously folks, for a non-replica model, the factory stayed pretty darn faithful to the original. Though the RS is a variant of the super naked Z900, it uses a slightly different frame setup that was designed in synergy with the RS's unique body components. In order to keep the stance era appropriate, the factory dropped the rear end and lifted the front. Naturally, that artificially increased the rake and trail to the detriment of the handling. The engineers tightened everything back up with a 6mm increase in the triple tree offset that gives the RS a 25.4-degree rake with 3.5 inches of trail that delivers some pretty crisp handling in the corners while remaining well behaved in the straights. A trellis frame supports the assembly. For weight savings, the engine serves to complete the circuit as a stressed member in order to eliminate a section of the down-tube cradle area. Up front, the inverted, Kybe 41mm forks give the RS away as a modern creation, and they come with modern features in the form of the adjustable spring preload and compression rebound damping functions. At the other end, The Kybe horizontal mount shock tames the swing arm motion from its inconspicuous little hidey hole, and it comes with adjustable preload and rebound damping.